Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy hump day, everyone. Before we get to the charts here, have you gone to pivotboss.com/events yet? pivotboss.com/events. This is where we have our upcoming events here. Some free events coming up right away, including the PivotBoss monthly market outlook. We also have a premium boot camp for premium members. If you are not a member, right now for a very short, a limited amount of time, you are going to get free access right here. You get one free month of the PivotBoss premium trading room here, and that'll give you access to our boot camp that comes up next week. Next week we also have the monthly market outlook. That's September 5th. And then the week that follows, for those of you in PivotBoss Masters, we're going to have another round of live sessions. You can click any of these links. For example, you can get your free trading room by clicking that link and coming down here. You can also scroll down for more information. For example, here's our premium trading room boot camp schedule for next week. It's Tuesday through Friday, Monday being Labor Day, so we jump right back into it on a Tuesday and get going. This is going to be our signals heavy boot camp, where we're going to show off our premium signals libraries. Over here as well, you'll look at our PivotBoss monthly outlook, and this is where you can click to join the webinar in 6 days, 8 hours, and change. Scrolling down a little bit further here, you'll see our PivotBoss Masters live sessions. They're back here. We're going to be covering the thrust reversal signal yet again. It was highly popular earlier this month. We're bringing it back right away because of it was a favorite here, and it's been highly useful in the current market. And we're also going to be introducing the new PivotBoss squat paint bars there. So that's going to be an additional tool here that we can use in tandem as well. So very good stuff coming up. That begins 12 days out and 7 hours. So you can see the schedule here. So again, a lot of great content coming up, a lot of it free. And for members here, if you are not part of the PivotBoss trading room here, you can get free access right here following the instructions there. All right, let's take a look here at the ES. Right now, you'll see the ES had a huge day up in the previous session, price pushing up through the prior pivot high, closing the day near the session's highs, high range day up. Now, anytime you have a high range day up like this, especially in an existing downtrend, you want to watch the edge. You want to watch the high close. A rejection at the high close opens up a fade after trend day back to the midpoint of the previous session, and in some cases you also see a bearish outside day down. It happened just last week. High range day up, rejection at the edge, a return to the mid, outside day by the end of the day. That's a big time bearish reaction. Now, we do have GDP coming up. Once GDP is released here, we could be looking at quite a bit of volatility right at, prior to the RTH open. If it's to the downside and say we open the RTH open below this midpoint, things are going to look very bad right at the open. MGR sell signals will be raining down, and we could be looking at a continuation to the downside. Right now, keeping an eye on this edge as well. 4,500, the big edge. 4,500, 4,650, that's 150 points. 150 points down is 4,350. Down 150 points from there is 4,200. So those are the edges. If you're going to fail here, you drop back to here and maybe drop into this one before maybe bouncing back. If we can push through here, then it opens up this one and we're back in here. So 4,500 is the key level to watch here moving forward. All right, taking a look here at the NQ. You'll see right now the NQ looks very similar to the ES. 15.4 right here, the key level at the moment. Previous high right there, and we're sitting right there at that edge. The previous session's high and close is going to be very important. A failure here, and you're rotating back to yesterday's midpoint, and perhaps going outside day down back into 15K. That would be a huge move down. 400 plus points of range, and right now 400 is about that high end of the range here. That's a 125% day or more. We'll see again, does price find acceptance beyond 15.4 here, which means we're working back toward a new high, or does it fail back into the range? That's been mostly what we've seen here lately. but we'll keep an eye on it here as we head into GDP. Now taking a look here at crude oil, this one's up right now 0.6%. It's really shaken off weakness. It really has. Since it came up here, this has been a good reaction down. We thought that that could be the case. We likened it to how it played out before at that level. Very similar. Right here, again, very similar price action where there was a trap and a failure at 81s with new lows up ahead. It was really right here on this day where things started to change. That was a huge day down. That could have been a massive transition day. But by the end of the day, closes near the mid. The next day was a tweezer bottom low, and you start working your way up. Even this potential lower high, you get a failed new low outside day up that follows it, and here we are. So it's really shaken off that recent drop and the potential to really break down right away. Instead, looks like we're trapped in this range, 78 up to about 82 right now. 82 is going to be the level to watch. Can it push through 82 and open up the next wave above 85? Or do we fail at 82 and drop back into 78? Right now, 78 to 82 is the range to watch at the moment, with an upward bias in the very near term. Taking a look here at gold futures. Gold at the moment up. We got the squeeze through 1950. That's something we talked about could be in play, and it really came out all at once early yesterday. But the 1950 level was one that we talked about could be very similar to back here. The way it built out was very similar to back there. The way it came right up to the level and just built this little range. We also talked about how strong these lows were here. So a lot of great indications that we could squeeze, just had to wait for it. There's the 1950 level, squeezing to the upside 1970. And now any pullback could be bought for a continuation to 2000 to 2010. So I mentioned before, over the last couple of days, through 1950 opens up 50 to 60 points of range. Right now we've only done 20. 50 would take you to 2000, 60 to 2010. So somewhere in that zone, 50 to 60 points of range. So the next pullback could still be a buying opportunity. The next pullback here could still be a buying opportunity for a continuation up, just like this pullback was used as a continuation up, as was this one. So very strong start here for GC through the 1950. We'll see if it can continue back toward 2000 up ahead. All right, let's take a look here at the YM. The YM also with a squeeze back above the prior pivot high here, and look right now, 34,911. It's through 34,800. 34,800 is the key level. We've mentioned the 800 levels here, 35,8. You got 34.8, and you got 33.8 right here. Down here you have 32.8, and those are the major 1,000 point distributions. And we were watching this edge here for reaction and perhaps a move back into this range. But at the moment, we're seeing this thing hold above 34,800. The entire day's range currently is above that level. But it's a super narrow range as we head into GDP. This range is only 25% of average range, 96 points, and things could change very, very quick. So any failure back through the previous session's midpoint will be seen as a huge reaction that takes us back down to 33.8. And if it can stay through 34,750, 34,800 and start to power higher, especially through 35K, you're going to open up 35.8 up above. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out here heading into the rest of the session. Remember, take a look at pivotboss.com/events. You'll be happy you did. Take care, and I'll see you in the trading room.